Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be flipping through my completed B6 Stalogy. This is my first completed one of the year, and I think in total I now have, well, I had 2 for 2019, 3 for 2020, 3 for 2021, 3 for 2022. So this will be my 12th completed notebook. Yeah, so I've already labeled it with a vinyl sticker that I just cut myself. I do label them like book 1, book 2, book 3, so each one will say 2023 book 1, book like 2023 book 2, etc. And that's just so I can quickly, reference rather than having to look through the tabs which say, January through to April. I do have like slower flip throughs of every month on my channel, so I'm going to kind of try and go through these a little bit quick. So yeah, I did actually spill water on this piece of vellum, which it didn't yeah, it wasn't so bad. It definitely made it more crinkly, but you can see it kind of smeared the color there a little, but yeah, not too bad. And then just my picture of my girls. I think that will come out. This is also wet. Actually, that probably goes in. My overview calendar, I did make that myself on Canva. I just used like a free template of calendars that they had, but I changed the font and I added all these florals and things like that, so I've completely like personalized it. And I like having this overview so I can see my husband's shifts all marked out at a glance. And then January, you'll see like my month-to-month setups are pretty similar. I have like the monthly calendar, then I have my gratitude, my appointments calendar, and my memory keeping calendar, and then my sort of memories for about my kids, and then homeschool section. And sometimes the homeschool section is longer than others. Like sometimes I'll have like pages dedicated to like taking notes about what we've been doing, but yeah, because we're sort of just revising for exams and stuff like that, there isn't yeah, much to write. These calendars I didn't really need. They were a freebie. I can't remember which shop they were from, but they were, oh, here we go. Plan with B, B-E-E, planwithb.com. Yeah, I did print them out, but then in the end I didn't actually need them. So, and then some weeks you'll see like my weeks are like day per page. Other times they are day per 2 page. Sometimes they'll have more stickers than other weeks. I think like if you're new here, I just want to kind of mention that, sometimes my planner does look like very decorative, and there's lots of, decorative pieces in there. And the pages look very pretty with like washi and stickers and things like that. But the main purpose of my planner is for it to be functional. So for me to like see my appointments, for me to write down a list of things that I want to get done on any given day. And then I also do keep like memories of our day, how we spent our day, and all the pretty stuff is just extra. I did have somebody comment on one of my YouTube videos, which I can't see it now, but anyway, the comment said something like, what am I supposed to learn from this? Just how to stick a load of stickers down. Which yeah, I don't profess to like teach anything to people in my like planner videos. I'm just sharing my pages because I love watching other people's planners, but it isn't just about using stickers. I could definitely use a planner without any stickers and washi. It's just I like using those, and why not, since I have them. But definitely the main function for me is yeah, it serves a function in that it helps me get things done, but I also don't want to kind of minimize the memory keeping aspect of it for me, because it's great that it helps me be functional, and I have like lists of things that I want to get done, and I have a list of all my appointments and things like that. But when I look back on these in years to come, and when I look back in like previous notebooks, it's the memory keeping notes that I, you know, value and I am grateful for. It's not so important that, you know, I had a work call, so I met up with a friend. Like, it does that in itself, it doesn't trigger any memories. But when I write about, you know, meeting her and what we talked about or anything like that, so yeah. But it definitely isn't just a bunch of stickers, you know, and decorative stuff just because I have like nothing else to do. My sort of journal and creative planner is definitely more like that. But this planner definitely serves a function for me. And yeah, that was January. This is February. Like I said, a very set kind of setup. Yeah, I do like use majority of washi tapes, like I said before, are from London Gifties or the washi tape shop. Tabs, I've done like a whole video on tabs, where I get them from and even how I use them. Again, yes, they look very pretty and, you know, like gorgeous to look at, especially when all the notebooks are lined up. But they, as pretty as they are also there to serve a function. They're not just slapped down like anywhere for, you know, just decorative purposes. But if I want to mark something, I do want to have a nice, you know, tab to mark it with. So that I will link that video explaining like my whole tab system, because there is a method I use in terms of which tabs I use for what. So like certain pages will get tab tape, which is from Lauren Phelps Designs. And if you guys are not familiar with what tab tape is, it's basically like washi tape. You get a whole roll of it, and these are the older ones, so they're not perforated, but what you do is you just cut that washi and then you stick it down like that on itself as a tab. And the newer versions are actually come with perforated cuts in them, so you just need to tear the washi basically. But yes, I do have like different tabs, like the sort of bigger tabs are for different things, and the tab tapes are also for like serve a different function. So yeah, just wanted to kind of address that. I think the majority of people who are in the planning community understand like decorative planning and sort of know that the decorations are secondary and not really, you know, the most important part of the planning. But I think sometimes people who are very just like pen and paper do look at it and think like it's just, you know, a bit too much. And especially when I do flip throughs, like when I do very quick flip throughs like this, I understand it just looks like a lot of color and a lot of things just added in and stuck in, so it can just look like, you know, like a notebook with lots of stickers and washi. And so I understand why people might think, you know, it doesn't even serve as an actual planner, or as we would say in the UK, a diary. It's so funny because I think the planning community, there's so many people who are from the US that I'm just so used to saying like planner. But actually in the UK, we would call this a diary. So like if I was making plans with a friend, I would say, yeah, let me check my diary and get back to you. So yeah, I kind of have got reminded of that actually saying like, let me check my planner is not very common usage in the UK outside of the planning community. Like even if you went into the shop and you said, do you have like, you know, 2023, you'd say a diary. Do you have where can I find the diaries for this year? Just a little fun fact there. And sometimes actually I do go in and like add stuff just like later on when I'm doing the memory keeping. You know, the stickers are not even on the page at the time when I'm writing. Still keeping up my word of the day. I've actually become quite complacent in remembering some of these, so I do want to make sure I'm kind of actually using the words that I'm recording and not just writing them down. Yeah. I love printing on post-it notes. Sorry, a lot of this I realize is covered up, especially in the like sort of last couple of maybe like last 5 to 6 weeks. Yeah, just because there's a lot of personal stuff on there about my kids, and I just want to respect their privacy, obviously. Sometimes if I've like not had my work planner on me and I've just got this planner, I might have jotted down some work notes as well, which obviously I work in child protection, so I have to be really careful about not revealing any of that stuff. So that's why you might see, like, I think in April especially, there was like a lot of pages covered up. I love looking back on these like pages because it just reminds me that these are the washi tapes I received in April. Nice to have like a memory of those. My messy handwriting. I think I was using like a ballpoint pen that week. My handwriting looked very messy here as well. And I just recently flipped through these pages in my April flip through, so I'm going to kind of go a bit quicker. If you have questions about like where stuff is from, please do leave a timestamp below so that I can find it for you quickly, because otherwise I get asked like, where was your, you know, floral vellum from, and I have no idea which floral vellum you're talking about, because some of these I print myself and some of them I've purchased. Yeah, so I'm happy to share stuff with you guys if you just give me a timestamp. And the sort of most common shops that I purchased from are always linked in the description box below anyway. And do you know what, this month I was thinking, oh wow, I'm gonna actually have some spare pages left in April because I just don't have any notes to take, and I have quite a few blank pages, which would have been really new for me, because if you guys have seen past flip throughs, I never ever have a single blank page left in any notebook. But as it turns out, Christine from London Gifties sent me some happy mail, and she sent me like the most gorgeous washi tapes, and it just happened to fill up the exact number of pages that I would have had blank for this month. So yeah, it's just meant to be. I'm just meant to finish every notebook. Yeah, beautiful washis. Just swatched them in here. And that kind of took me to the last week of April and to the end of this planner. Oops. And then in the back, I don't really keep much, except I keep all the sort of washi tape packaging that gives me the name of the washi tapes. Some of these washis you'll see like that have definitely been swatched in here. Others will have been swatched in my journal, because yeah, that's just how I do it. I don't want to swatch like every washi in here because I'm always paranoid that I'm going to run out of pages. And yeah, any little notes that I get from Happy Mail, things like that, I just stick in the back. And that is it. I have to remove these and transfer them to my new Stalogy so that they don't get wasted. And this Stalogy is now completed and can sit on my bookshelf. I am going to keep all my sort of Happy Mail thank you cards that I get, so I like to keep them every yeah, all the sort of Happy Mail cards that I get from orders and things like that, I do like to keep them in this notebook. Okay, so that is that, guys. Another flip through, another completed Stalogy. The rest of the tabs and everything that are in here I'm gonna leave. Yeah, I think even this one, this Avery tab that I would normally sort of take out, it's kind of been used and reused so much. You can even see it's kind of gone a little discolored, so I'm gonna just leave that in there. So yeah, thank you for joining me for another flip through, and I will see you guys in my next video. Take care. Bye.